a season you're gonna remember. It's the third season of the IORA Cup Series, and this time we're taking the cup to the trucks. Season number 3, and we are in practice for the first time in this campaign. 24 races the distance. And we got a few guys on pit road getting ready, see if they have what it takes to win the title this season. That's Aiden Walker in the 93 machine. He is looking to get one done in the trucks. 213 Simware sponsorship is just there in front of you. You can see they're lining up on pit road trying to get this show started. We are underway in practice. 21 minutes and 36 seconds remain before we get to the main event. And a lot of time for these guys to get to grips with the car. Hopefully we're going to see some great racing tonight, and this is indicative of that Daytona full throttle racing with the truck series. It is quite the surprise to see the change. The drivers wanted it, and it looks like the series has given in to the demands. It is the IORA Cup Series with the Camping World trucks. And the Chevrolet Silverado link up right there. It's Walker and Lyles, both of them working with one another very early into the session. They're trying to get to grips with how these cars handle in drafting scenarios. There's Steve Wilkerson, and there is Colby Kersey just behind him. They're making their way through the pack once again. It looks like they're going to slide down to the inside line there. And we're just getting started. 3 wide there, but it's not even close to the race. Not even close to qualifying. We still have 20 minutes before we get down to the hunt for the pole position. A lot of time for these guys to get to grips with the car. We're going to see whether or not they're able to do so, because it looks like right now it's a single file train as everyone's getting used to this truck series machines. It is a group of 4 Chevrolets on the top of your screen, and this is the biggest pack we have seen all night. They're sure to fly to the top 4 on the charts. All Chevrolet in the top 5 right now as is, and you're looking at a good majority of that top 5. In fact, it's every single one of them on the top 4 already, with the driver of the 57 machine being not a starter so far. No laps completed for DH, but everyone else up front, they've set laps, and this is the fast 4 so far. Double file coming to the stripe once again, and passing the stripe. Going on to the first set of turns. 19 minutes and 47 seconds remain. The first time we get to see these beautiful trucks in action, the quest for the Cup, the Quantum Quest, brought to you by Quantum Threat, an esports organization who's very well known in this scene, with David Joyner and Ethan Stanley working together to sponsor this series, and it's going to be a 24 race hunt for the championship. Defending champion Daniel Mosteller will not be participating in this season, vowing that if he will win the championship, he will be out of the series. Whoa, big one there. That's Clark Nance. And we're going to try to get a replay on that because it is early in the going, but still very, very interesting to see that. And it looks like Michael Dietz in the 57 says that he is the 57, and it will be turning up shortly, getting everything set up right now. Thank you for stopping by and leaving your comments on the stream. We'd love to see it. You were there in the top 5 for just a moment. Let's see whether or not you're going to be able to claw your way back up. Big incident for Clark Nance, but the race is only getting to grips with itself. You can see there's an incident there on pit road. Ethan Stanley right there. He's only got 1 lap completed. Does not look like it counted with the 3-tree 91 machine. It is the 3-Chi season opener, 200-mile event with 80 laps in store for every viewer that's going to be coming in tonight, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Freeman Racing Network stopping by once again. We hope you enjoyed this presentation, because we're just getting started tonight in the league and iRating cap. LOL. Not sure if that means that he is out due to the iRacing gap of iRating. That'll be an unfortunate circumstance if so, but it is, I believe, a 1,500 iRating cap this season in order to race in the series. 17 minutes and 56 seconds remain before we get to action. Following along with Stanley, looks like he is not in the pack, but there is a pack right now. It is a 5-car organization with Clark Nance in the tail end of it. Where Lyles there, he's going to go charging to the high side. They're 3 wide once again. Walker's got the momentum, and Walker's going to take the lead of this miniature pack. 17 minutes and 27 seconds remain. Walker not going to get the shove from Clark Nance. Tries to block. Nance is going to come down. Only person involved, or is he? He takes everyone else besides Aiden Walker out. Walker's going to shoot it into the fence, presumably, and that is the goal. The 93 up and over, back on all fours. You still got 17 minutes before the race begins. Two drivers on pit road there. They're not showing up on your screen. They're behind the little stands there. And Nance is going to pound it into the wall. Up and over, lands on all fours as well. As you can see, Corey Lyles and Aiden Walker just reset the car. Colby Kersey in frame as well. And the 93 machine is going to go out with the 56 one more time. The Rush Trucks League, unfortunately, not able to continue a second season. And that is why we do have a gap now on the weekends. First season has concluded, and that will be the end for the series. But the truck series that we are broadcasting is now IORA. And it might be one of the longest standing truck series that we know of. 3 seasons overall as an organization. This is their 3rd overall. First with the trucks. Built on a long-standing foundation, IORA is. And we now have a total of 15 odd drivers waiting to get into this one. Only so much time before this event begins. Top 5 is Kersey, Wilkerson, Lyles, Walker, and Clark Nance. As it stands, Walker in 4th, following along with him right now. Looks like he's one of the only drivers on the track. Looks like Michael Dietz is as well. And he's back to town, just had to get it to the live feed. And up and over, it's Aiden Walker coming out of pit road. Not sure what happened there, but he is up, around, and back again to pit road. A few guys still waiting on one another to get through. 15 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. Colby Kersey leading the chart so far with 15 minutes remaining before we get to qualifying. We do have a lot of time to wait and see whether or not these guys are going to be prepared for the first race of the season. Only so much time can tell. Moriarty, James Thurston, Ethan Stanley, and Alex Anderson in one voice chat right now. They are looking forward to getting used to these Truck Series machines for a 24-race campaign. Max Molina looks like he is going to be on his way. IORA IndyCar Series winner at Texas. And an incredible 4-wide finish. He was able to get it done over the remainder of the field. And as a result, the 07 machine looking for more. Max is on his way. Colby Kersey is as well. Ground to a halt. Corey Lyles just in front of this 2-car tandem. Looks to be 2 teammates. Because it's Max Molina and just behind him, a paint scheme with a very similar look. It's Steve Wilkerson. Very similar look for both of them. Lyles going to back it down to the inside line. I believe going to try to get the draft of the drivers who were once behind him. They're now in front of him. What can he do to catch up? The Wawa machine on the front and center sector of your screen. The high line being taken over by Wilkerson and Molina. Looks like Lyles is just a little too far back to get some draft. Sirius Satellite Radio sponsorship there on the driver of the 7 Machines truck. And a surprising throwback because Sirius, whoa, big wreck. Walker's involved. Lyles is going to get through, but he's going to slam the brakes and back it down into the inside wall. Still waiting for this event to get going. 13 minutes remain before we get to the qualifying session. More and more drivers are starting to show up on your screen. Ethan Stanley's got a little bit of a 2-car tandem going. Whether or not he is able to get into it, we're going to find out. Stanco machine, front and center, the 3G sponsored truck. Going around with Michael Dietz right now. The 57 machine has made his way onto the track. Smoke obscures the view of these drivers. We're only for so long. They're back underway. Still under full power. 175 miles an hour of action. Coming straight to you. Chevrolets dominate the top 5 on the charts right now. And we're going to close our ticker for just a quick moment and try to get further information up and running. We'll be back in just a quick moment with the ticker. Shouldn't take us too long because it only takes so much time to refresh the data. And here we are with the ticker one more time. The driver of the 91 machine is currently outside of the top 5. You'll be seeing him on your screen shortly on the ticker. And there we go, our ticker has returned intervals. Right now, 2 1,000ths of a second separate the top 2. And Stanley, 7th on the charts. He is 1.5 seconds away from the top spot of the charts. 7 cars have set laps, and Stanley appears to be the slowest one. We now have more than 10 drivers, but less than 10 have hit the track. It should be about 15 cars when everyone has been able to hit the track. We're going to refresh it one more time when that is the case. Intervals show a definite gap between a lot of these drivers. Wilkerson was able to make an incredible lap alongside Cody Kersey. Perhaps 2-car tandem, perhaps they were in a pack and strained their way up. We will find out whether or not that speed is raw or if it is artificially enhanced by the drivers around them. We are still in the warm-up stage. Stanley there making a good run with the driver of the 57. And how about this? A miniature pack being formed already. Mason Moriarty is taken to the track. And how about that? The 6 machine, Kempton excavating with a blackout look. Not the usual green, but still the usual sponsors. It's a 4 this time. Looks to be the first 4 we have seen all day. And he's going to be catching up to the Beckman Designs machine of Steve Wilkerson and getting in line with Corey Lyles as the leader of the little train. A lot of drivers on pit road right now, and one of them is that one machine just at the front and center stage of your screen. That is Ethan Marlowe. We've seen him in the Rush Trucks Racing League. He's back again for more with his Ford F-150. He's going to lead another pack out with Alex Anderson in tow. Moriarty and his pack coming around right now. Double fire action. We're going to take a look at it uninterrupted. See how these guys are navigating the 4 turns at Daytona. You can see a little bit of wobbling there. Not much. Looks like there's going to be a slight blink on there. And give it a quick moment. And there they go. Lyles in the wall. Moriarty is going to save it. They keep going. 9 minutes and 46 seconds. And so many drivers have hit the track. We are waiting for every single one of them to hit the track. But it's Kersey and Wilkerson, top 2 right now. But Wilkerson giving a huge shove to Mason Moriarty. Not sure what's going to happen here. Coming to the line. Are they going to be able to set a new fastest lap? They are not. But Moriarty is now going to be top of the charts. Yes, he is. 6 1,000ths of a second. The advantage for the driver, the 6 machine. That's your new fastest lap for Mason Moriarty. He might be your first practice time setter of the season, setting the pace early on with 9 minutes remaining. The 154 machine of Branislav Manjanik was able to reset it right there. Manjensik, my apologies, as Corey Lyles is on the racetrack, and it looks like he'll be going shortly. Aiden Walker lining up with Steve Wilkerson in tow. It's a 3-car pair right now as we are at the exit of pit road. We're going to see whether or not these guys are going to be getting going in a short moment. Revving it up, and there they go. Contact between these two, and it looks like they're going to reset. Moriarty going to get around it. So is the driver of the 07, Max Molina. And the pack is on their way. Moriarty, your new fastest time setter. And how about that? A very impressive run from the driver of the 6 machine. But now we're following as Corey Lyles is looking to get something done. He's 5th on the charts right now. Might be able to move even a little further up as the night goes on. We're going to find out whether or not he's capable of doing so. As right now it's Moriarty in the back of the train with Ethan Marlowe in front. Getting up to Max Molina right now. They are bumper to bumper coming to the line. Moriarty, he's going to have to close in if he wants another shot at the fastest lap. He's got multiple pairs of cars in front of him. He might be able to get an incredible lap here if he is able to avoid all the drivers. One goes flying in the air. That's Aiden Walker. And what a barrel roll that is. That's going to be easily avoidable, but it looks like he's not going to easily avoid Max Molina unless he does. And that is what the Mason Moriarty machine is going to be able to do. 183 miles an hour right now. Comes up to the Haley Deegan machine and gets tagged and looks like he's gonna save it at a low speed. The car might be destroyed. But a tumultuous turn of events there for the first half lap of Mason Moriarty's next run at the fastest lap. Not going to be able to get it that time by. Only a few drivers on the racetrack. And it looks like Kyle Freeman will be the spotter for Branislav Manjancic. That is pretty cool. Seems that even if you do have the iRating cap, you'll be working in the IORA scene tonight. Nice to see. There's Wilkerson front and center. The pack has formed again. Taking a ride with Wilkerson right behind Clark Nance. You can see the rear view mirror as well as the front. Looks like Nance is on an awful lot of momentum. What's he going to do? Looks like he'll be set right into the wall. And nothing the Wilkerson machine could do there. You see him putter into the grass. And the fans are on their feet right now in the virtual Daytona International Speedway. The 154 burning it down in style, perhaps preparations for the future of this event. We are looking at 10 cars that have hit the track so far. It looks to be a 20-car field as it stands, including for the first time Terrell Baker. The 25 machine TCB is in this race, and he's looking for a victory at Daytona. He's the Nortona 500 winner of 2020. Quite the race to remember. Still watching the 154 go. A lot of drivers are passing him by, and nobody hits him. And we ride on board with Clark Nance. You can see the driver's perspective there. The ride on board shot that we're going to be using a lot here. Shown in the Chevy Silverado of Clark Nance. Right rear suspension repurposed to see the bumper. The right front showing the driver's camera in all its glory. You can see every single movement Nance is making with the wheel in full detail. The roll-bar camera will show an awful lot of drivers, including the DLP HDTV Texas Instruments machine of James Thurston. Thurston wheels to the high side, and it looks like there's going to be contact there. Nance is going to leave him all behind. Nance is going to spin it. Michael Dietz going to be easily able to avoid it. Alexander Balderas has hit the track for the first time. 95 machine with the Office Depot paint scheme, reminiscent of Carl Edwards as he gets hit by Branislav. Ford F-150 here, still burning it down. Very few Fords, as we have seen beforehand in multiple truck series. Seems to be a pattern with these guys. Chevrolet, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Toyota, 9th, and 10th. But it is a Ford leading the way with Mason Moriarty at the top of the board with 4 minutes remaining in practice. Big line set up right now. Let's see if these guys get to the running. Corey Lyles, the only driver still going. As he comes down to the apron, is he going to try to wreck him by diving to the inside? No, he's going to back down and get into the pack. And everyone goes. Wilkerson going to be the first of which. Three minutes remain, led by Steve Wilkerson. Lyles going to be trailing back in a short moment. Not a lot of momentum. Wilkerson has the draft, going to be able to make the move and take the remainder of the pack with him. Already some contact there. Alexander's and Corey Lyles, they're going to save it so far. Let's see whether they can keep it together. Looks like right in front of Balderas. One incident, and that's some damage to the 95 machine. Still in tow. Might be able to pull it back together. Now running about dead even on pace. Wrapped in front of him. Balderas going to avoid it, but just barely. Saves it. But very, very slow. Molina going to be able to drive her out in front. The 95 machine able to make it happen. Gets through the wreck. But 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining and plowing it into the wall. Balderas reset Mason Moriarty still at the top of the charts. And unfortunately, obscured pit road in Daytona International Speedway. A little bit more of a challenge to see the angles coming out of pit road. We've already got one driver hot-footing it. It's Max Molina, who's still going around for some lap time. Pit lane shows all the drivers who are rolling up for yet another pit party, as we say on iRacing. And you can see that it's going to be the Moriarty machine rolling up last, of which Molina there coming around. Will he be able to get it into the pit party? 07 machine looks to be joining at the last second. How about Aiden Walker already out himself? Molina has junked the truck. However, many other drivers are still on their way, and it's Balderas, Moriarty, and Thurston, a miniature pack at the moment. The 95 M6 tandeming together with a 96 right there. Contact. Balderas gonna save it again, but major damage. He's gonna send it right back up to the track. Engine blown. You can see the hand inputs there. White gloves to make it a lot easier to see every single move. With the Fireball Talks NASCAR contingency there on the side of the car. 67 machine of Alex Anderson on the racetrack now. Just on pit road as Balderas is going to fly by and reverse it into the exit of pit road. He's just outside of it now. Ethan Marlowe not on the track as well, with Steve Wilkerson and Corey Lyles are with 21 seconds remaining in practice. Looks like the pace setter has been set. Unless Wilkerson and Lyles have something to say about it. With 12 seconds to go, looks like nobody's getting in their way. And this is the final chance to change the tides for the drivers. 58, 56 pass by. Wilkerson's going to send it to the top of the charts with no seconds remaining. And look at that move. Everyone's wrecking. And 3 seconds remain before we go to practice. Major incident. Steve Wilkerson going to set the pace. And how about that? Qualifying going to be underway in a short moment. Everything being loaded up for the qualifying section. It's going to be a 2-lap dash before we get to the end of qualifying. Already one on their way. It's Steve Wilkerson who set the pace in practice. What's he going to be able to do this time by? We are going to wait and see. The 58 machine of Wilkerson already almost at the exit of pit road, and he seems to be the furthest out compared to any other driver, unless we see that James Thurston is already just about halfway through his lap with Aiden Walker in front of him as well. Looks like Walker's going to be the one leading us all the way. Beach coming to the line. Wilkerson is as well. Anderson looks like he's backing it down. Thurston, Aiden Walker. And we're going to watch as Walker is going to take the green flag in qualifying. Let's see who gets that coveted pole position. Clark Nance in chat right now, and it looks like Nance is on his way for his qualifying lap, as we're going to be continuing to change our view. There was Ethan Stanley flying by the camera and obscuring Clark Nance in a perfect transition, I would have to say. Driving around, the Ethan Stanley machine gets into the wall on his qualifying lap. Not sure how he's going to feel about that. He's backing it down. He's only going to get one shot at the pole. Nance on his way exiting pit road. Heather Cameron joining the fray as well. Nobody is onto their second lap yet. We'll see whether or not they are going to be able to get to that second lap. Nobody has so far. Michael Kormetis has made his appearance. He is in the session for the first time tonight. Kroenberg running down to the second lap for him. Suey on the bumper, rather the header of the car. And he's on his way. 52.836. That's going to not put him at the top of the charts. He's going to be second. Thurston's going to be going to the top of the charts with his first lap. He's only got one lap more. Maybe he can get something out of it that we haven't seen yet. Wilkerson, sixth. On the charts right now, the speed from practice has not translated as Brandon Sheridan is going to be third in placement. Stanley going to have to come back strong this time by coming around for his second and final lap. Will he be able to finish this one off in style? We're going to have to wait and see. It's Thurston, then Aiden Walker. Thurston has a 2-second advantage on Walker right now. We'll see whether or not that comes in handy or if the second lap is the one that counts for the 93. Anderson there, 67 machine. Walker's going to take it to the top of the charts with Dietz in second, Kroenberg in second now, Lyles in third, and Thurston's only going to be make it back up to third, overtaking Lyles. Aiden Walker looks to be top of the charts. Wilkerson now in fourth. The practice speed is beginning to show. Clark Nance 11th on the charts right now as we see yet another driver take it to the top. Brandon Sheridan in second. He is only 0.03 of a second away from the pole position. Not going to be able to get it that time by. Anderson on his final lap. This is the one that counts. 7th, Ethan Marlowe. Michael Dietz out of his truck. That's going to be 8th for him. Stanley to 2nd. Molina to 7th. Alex Anderson comes to line, and that's going to be 4th for Alex Anderson. He is only 1,000th ahead of Travis Kroenberg's run. Wow. And the truck destroyed. Only a few drivers remain in qualifying. Nance on better pace than he was before. And Clark Nance gonna put it 12th on the charts either way. Slowest by a second in qualifying. Travis Kroenberg still appears to be on the track. Aiden Walker as well. A lot of drivers have not gotten their qualifying laps concluded. RPM Design is gonna rev it up immediately as we follow them. That's River Page. And he's on his way. Kroenberg still on the track. Walker pinned it. We've only got one driver to watch right now. It is River Page. What's he going to be able to do? We will find out. Heading off of pit road. 10 seconds remain. And that appears to be the end of qualifying. As it stands, your first pole sitter of the season. It's Aiden Walker. River Page not going to be able to get it done. The grid will be set for your first race of the season in the IORA Cup Series. Everyone loading up for the first time with the 93 machine being your leader. We're going to play that grid music again. The first time it's going to be used with the IORA Cup Series because we're getting to action shortly. Your pole sitter, front and center. It is the driver of the 93. Aiden Walker is going to be leading the field for the first time this season. First pole sitter in the truck era for IORA. Ethan Stanley, he's going to be in second position, not loaded up so far. He is on the outside pole for tonight's event. Brandon Sheridan, he's in third. 21 machine, watch out for him. Alex Anderson is in fourth as well on the second row, and we're going to try to get a closer angle for the both of them. There we go. Travis Kroenberg, fifth. Thurston, sixth. We've seen them win in IORA before. Wilkerson and Max Molina are row number 4. Corey Lyles in the 56 machine is ninth, and Ethan Morrow rounds out the top 10 in the number 14 truck. Dietz, 57 machine, he's going to be in the 11th spot. Nance and Baker, they're 12th and 13th. 13th is going to be qualifying on iRacing. Mason Moriarty is going to be up there. He's in the 6th car, or rather the 6th truck now, as he's in 14th on the charts. How about that for the driver of the 6th machine, making a great run at this event. River Page in the 15th spot and Michael Cormedes in 16th are both making returns. Kobe Kersey is as well, with Morris Marlowe's spot needing to be populated. In 20th, it's Alexander Balderas with Heath Rutherford in the 21st spot. Heather Cameron on the racetrack right now. Landon Gentry is as well, and Branislav Manjansik is the final of 24 drivers. Let's get this show on the road. For the first time, the drivers in the IORA Cup Series will be rolling off not with cars, but with trucks. Here we go. they're rolling off once again. And how about that? Your first look at the grid this season. One of 24 in total. And there are going to be 23 to come after tonight. We're going to be loading that ticker one more time to accommodate for all the 24 drivers who have showed up for tonight's event. An incredible field in this event, and we hope to see more like Daytona. The stands are packed in the International Speedway, the world center of racing. And we hope to see an 80-lap dash that's as intense as ever. Walker, your first pole sitter in trucks in the IORA Cup Series. Stanley on the outside pole, representing the title sponsor of this event, 3Chi. Let's see what he can do as we're getting to action. 80 laps starting at 8:04 Eastern Seaboard time. All 24 drivers have hit the track, and none of which are out of this event. As you can see, every driver is there. This is the back of the pack, and now we're gonna go back to the front to watch as the most exciting show in motorsports on a Thursday night begins its season for the third time. The pace truck is off, and in its place, we'll have 24 trucks going for the checkered flag. For the first time in this season, we are green in the third season of IORA, and Walker's going to get an incredible start. That is how we start your season. Walker going to lead the way right there in front of the remainder of the field. Ethan Stanley is in second on the outside line. Double file already. They are pushing as this race has just begun. And the trucks are roaring. Walker leading the way so far. It's going to be a dash. The first lap of the season. Only so many chances to get that one done, and this is one of them, the third chance, with Stanley right now getting a dominating run. Will Anderson merge? No, he will not, but Stanley almost will. He's going to defend on both lanes. Who's going to get the prestigious the first lap of the season? We will see. Coming to the line now, Balderas going to place an aggressive block, but it looks like Walker's going to do nothing about it. Stanley, Anderson, coming in line. Alex Anderson's going to lead the first lap of the season. And the league owner gets it done. Third season, he's going to lead its first lap. Stanley made an incredible move right now. He's got Aiden Walker working with him. Very strong drivers. Sheridan there in the 21 machine going to drop out. Looks like Steve Wilkerson as well, as the track is populated by every single truck. The 21 machine backing down. He's got Wilkerson by his side. Not over yet for those guys, as Stanley still leads the way. Smooth sailing out front. Nobody in his rear view mirror you can see. Nobody out front. That is for certain for Ethan Stanley. He's now led the second lap of the season, with Aiden Walker by his side now, and James Thurston just behind him. The battle for 10th is already getting started. Side by side with Michael Dietz, and Ethan Marlowe is just in front of him. The top 10 already continuing to shuffle. We got some three wide in the back of the pack, but for the most part, it is double file action. Stanley going to lose the lead, or no, he is not going to lose the lead. Thurston's going to keep him in the game, and he might be able to lead yet another lap. Single file behind Balderas. It's an 11-car double file train, and then we see the single file thin out. Stanley making a great run so far. We saw him last night win the FRL Cup Series' Martinsville 120 in a last lap sneak attack on James Thurston. An incredible race between those two, and look who's out front. Stanley first, Thurston third. They're bumper to bumper. The rivalry continues no matter where we see them. Looks like Aiden Walker going to take the lead right now and rock it to the inside line. Max Molina's in the hunt right now, but TZB's going to split him. Here he comes. That's the 25. Notorious for his aggressive driving, and he is coming back once again out of turn turn 4. We're coming down to the front stretch one more time. The sun, it's beginning to set. Track temps will lower. And we're getting a very race by the end of this one. Lap 5 of 80 so far. Intervals on your screen. 7 laps down. It is Morris Marlowe. Looks like he's not going to be able to run the majority of this race. Already appears to be down and out of the majority of this race. Very far behind Nance is. As Aiden Walker and Ethan Stanley have just blipped out for a quick moment. But there we go. Back again. Watching the leaders. Walker leads. Alex Anderson back in the hunt to perhaps lead another one. The 213 Simware sponsor machine of Terrell Baker out in front. Almost every driver's already behind him. He did not qualify, started 13th on iRating, but he's up to 4th and pushing Alex Anderson for his life. Trying to get up to lead and trying to get a victory in Daytona. The World 600 winner, the IDK player event. Quite the race it was. Baker, who came out on top, an incredible performance from him. These guys are flying when it comes to their speeds, almost 200 miles an hour in trucks nonetheless. We see some guys getting up to 190 miles an hour in the back of the pack. It's Walker and Stanley on the inside line, keeping themselves in touching distance of the lead, but I don't think they're getting it at the end of the line. Coming down to the stripe, looks like the outside line going to get very unorganized there. Not sure what's going on. Walker going to lead that one far and away. Stanley just behind him, lap 6 of 80, very clean, first 10th of the race. Shoot down to the apron, but he saves it. These trucks are very, very stable. Must be a challenge to spin them out because we see someone entirely eat the apron and they keep it together. So no worry when it comes to spinning this one out by yourself. Balderas going to make a pass there on Marlowe. No incident. They're still side by side and shuffling with the 94 Corey Kersey just behind. Looks like Balderas has some rear end damage. And you would see with the green spoiler, it's a little bit easier to tell compared to some of these other spoilers, majority of which are black. But we can get a better look at what's going on with the 95 machine with the Rod Car emblem on the front and back of that machine. We hear one go right beside the camera, and that's Morris Marlowe back on the track. Corey Lyles appears to be out of this one. Clark Nance appears to be out of this one as well, but refreshing, and it looks like every single driver is still on the track. Marlowe in front of the leaders. He's only so far in front because look at this, the pack is coming up on him. He's already got a lap car in the way almost. And Fly Shelf Plays coming into the chat. Thank you for the support. Hope you enjoy the presentation. Truck Series action with IORA. And 8 laps in, pretty stable racing. No wrecking thus far. We're going to leave that lap that time by. And it's going to be the 96 and 93 working together on the inside line, trying to take it away. It's going to be inside line. No incident with the lap car, the KFC machine. Gonna stick to the high side. How about that? Still stable out front it is. The 91 machine leading the way, the 93 just in tow. And it looks like Marlowe gonna try to get into the pack to save his chances at being the lucky dog. He's gotten behind Colby Kersey and he's gonna have to coast it out. And a chance at staying in this race for the victory. Walker so far. Coming back to the line, they are 3 wide right now, a 3rd lane. Lap 9 of 80, things are starting to get intense. Now these guys have become disciplined super speedway racers. They've raced so much on super speedways and areas of the iRacing scene such as NR Night in America that they begin to learn how to go long without any incident. And that is especially what we see on display tonight. A majority of these guys, NR Night in America winners. How about Ethan Stanley, Aiden Walker, Mason Moriarty, Alex Anderson, Terrell Baker, James Thurston, Alexander Balderas, a longtime racer, if not a winner. And we're 3 wide for the lead right now. Walker's going to get it. Moriarty and Mason Moriarty is there on the high side with Terrell Baker and Alex Balderas now fighting as well. 3 wide, almost for the lead. Can Moriarty get back up there at the stripe? not going to be able to do so. It is Aiden Walker to the point with Thurston just behind him. Look at that 96 machine go. Rewind for a second now. No contact all around. Balderas going to be squeezed just a bit by Ethan Marlowe, but everyone keeps it stable. And a double file for the lead. And oh, James Thurston's going to back out. So is the leader. The leader is backed out of the pack. And there goes Ethan Stanley once again to the lead. Balderas hung out to dry in the middle. He's going to have to wash up with another lane. We've got one. Yes, we do have one spinning. Big wreck. It's going to be the 17 machine. No caution. Heather Cameron. Yes, there is a caution. Big wreck. Lap 1280. That's your first caution of the season. We're going to slow it down. You can see that the drivers were beginning to come up onto the racetrack. And we're going to send it back just a few seconds. Looks like Kersey tried to avoid Aiden Walker. And a 17 hits the 93. And gets hung up in the wall. Goodness. Aiden Walker spins and slides it around. Can't be happy. Backed out of the pack to avoid an incident. Finds himself caught up in one. And that is devastating for the driver of the 93 machine, who has to back it down. His engine is about to expire. He's got to get it into pit road quick and use a fast repair. Stanley, still the leader with the iRacing pace truck just in front of him. 12 laps through on this 80-lap showdown. And Ethan Stanley has been up there for the majority of it. But how about Terrell Baker? He's already climbed up from 13th to 2nd. He's only got one more spot to go till he reaches the coveted first place in the race. We've got one going around the track right now. That appears to be a lap car. And that is a lap car that appears to be Landon Gentry. That's going to be Terrell Baker going down to pit road. And we're going to get our pit lane camera active. There's Baker going into his stall. And here is the race on and off of pit road. We're going to see who tries to get out first and see who ends up getting out first. Got one already out. That appears to be Baker. Baker on his way. It's going to be Anderson, Wilkerson, Baker, Moriarty. Then it's going to be the driver of the Hendrick-inspired machine there. That's going to be Diich. Then it's going to be just in front of him, Michael Cormenis. Mason Moriarty now out this time by Branislav, Corey Lyles. There goes Balderas. There goes Wilkerson. Rather, there goes Kroenberg. As Aiden Walker going to back it down for extensive damage repair. Clark Nance out as well. That's the race off pit road for the majority of these drivers. Lap 13 of 80. We don't have much to say so far, so we're going to try to get some interviews from some drivers, as this race is only beginning. Looks like 13 cars right now are in this main pack so far. How about we get an interview from the driver who is leading the way? Ethan Stanley, the number 91 machine, and this is a title sponsor on his truck. It is the 3G season opener, and how about that for the 3G truck leading the way? Ethan Stanley, how are you feeling so far?
Feeling pretty good, doing pretty good. Happy to be running the 3G truck up here in the 3G sponsored race.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just having a good race so far.
Certainly keeping it out of trouble. We see an incident for a driver who actually let go of his draft and got out of the pack, and that is what happened. Looks like there was some miscommunication avoiding the driver of the 93, and the incident happened as such. But staying out front seems to be the move. Do you think that's what it's going to take to win this event?
Probably not to win it, but I assume there's going to be a caution by the time I need to take fuel anyway, so I figured I'd just stay out and see if I can get some more laps led.
Absolutely. 14 laps on your stint so far. No service for the driver of the 91. Now, how long is the pit window, and does there have any reason to concern any of these drivers when it comes to the fuel?
Pit window is going to be around, well, for me, it's going to be around like lap 36, lap 40. For them, probably around lap 50 or so. So if we go green all the way, we'll probably see them in around there.
Absolutely, fuel strategy might play a part in this event, but we saw our first caution, and cautions are known to breed caution, so we'll see whether or not we get one again. The driver to the 91 leading the way. It's Ethan Stanley. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Here we go. The Toyota Tundras line up on the front row. It is a Toyota lockout up front. First and second and third as well. And the only Chevy in the fastest four is the Chevy of Steve Wilkerson, who's the fastest in practice. The 93 was fastest in qualifying. Now very far out of the lead contention. Gonna have to be very conservative if he wants a chance to win it. Stanley, Molina, Anderson. Fastest three, the podium positions. Will they be able to get it done again? We will find out. Molina and Stanley have not gone in for service at all tonight. Anderson, the first driver to get service and the first driver to get out of pit road. The pace truck gonna dive in. The first restart of the season is underway. We are green again from Daytona. And it's gonna be Stanley leading the way over the driver of the 07, Max Molina. They're already under the green flag condition. Right now all of them are. And led by Stanley in a commanding charge at the front of the field. Baker already up front looking for more. And you can see right there on the outside line, we got a lot of shuffling. It looks like it's 3-4 wide in the back of the pack. We do stay without an incident so far. And Anderson going to shuffle up to the high side with Baker. And Anderson machine side by side with Stanley, who's going to lead the lap. First restart of the season. First chance to lead a restart. Looks like Anderson's going to get it far away with an incredible push by Tyrrell Baker. The 67 machine leading in for the entirety of the field. Now it's going to be Ethan Stanley following the driver of the 67. Anderson going to have to defend both lanes if he wants a chance at the victory. And look at that. Baker going to go to the high side. He has a lot of momentum, and he is now in the clean skies. Look at that. Baker to the lead for the first time tonight. We've got an incident in the back, and it looks like that's going to be the Colby Kersey machine. Saves it. No, we've got another in the wall. Brandon Sheridan. No caution. Sending it back. Instant replay. Let's see what happened. Oh, the 17 gets into Kersey. Perhaps revenge from last incident. And 94 keeps a great hold of the truck. Another incident involving the 16, and it looks like the 21 of Sheridan just lost control. It looks like Kersey gets the best of it overall. Very minor damage, if any, to the 94. There goes Baker. Alex Anderson up front right now. Lap 17 of 80. Daytona International Speedway, one of the most important tracks in the history of NASCAR. And the NASCAR Truck Series has been going here since the year 2000. For the first time, the trucks of the IORA Cup Series are going to be taking the track of Daytona as their testing. And it's worked out well so far. Only one caution in the first quarter of this event. And 18 laps through. It's a very close field with a lot of parity between these drivers. Tyrrell Baker with a 5,000 iRating in a sea of drivers who have under 3,000 iRating, showing that it doesn't mean that iRating is the determining factor in your town. It's how well you just have the ability to wheel the machine. Alexander Balderas seems to be one of the lowest drivers in iRating. Michael beside him, a 1545 iRating for the driver of the 57 and a 1787 for the driver of the 95. But nonetheless, they're up in the pack, fighting for a top 10 and making a great run. Nothing comes of it, though. Not sure what that was. Back to the front, it's Anderson. Lap 19 right now, fighting with Baker hard. Looks like it's going to be Steve Wilkerson going to the outside with Max Molina. Molina, high and dry. Now he's up front. No competition. Does everyone save it? No, they do not. Big wreck in the back. We've got the caution flag. Whoa, Stanley. Big wreck. Baker involved. Lyles is not happy with the driver of the 25. And we're going to send it back, and you can see this is just about when the incident began, but 5 seconds beforehand, you can see it was Ethan Marlowe got into the driver of the 67, trying to make a hard swoop that just looks like he might have lost control with a little bit of a shove. And that's when it all began. Now we go further. Almost everyone saves it. Stanley fights hard to save it. The 91 machine going to have a wild ride in this one. It looks like he gets out almost unscathed in the end. Incident behind him. 95 machine going to be able to dive through, but Stanley almost gets clipped there. Wow, we're going to try to ride on board with him. A lot of drivers involved. Baker. Gentry's going to get through. Wow. Going to send it back once again, see what just happened. Send it back half a lap. Let's see how this goes. First incident here. Backs it down. Wiggles the car. Sees Baker go around. One goes around just in front of him. No contact. And he's through. Ethan Stanley is. Avoids a lot of chaos. And he's still in 6th position with some tires worn out. Clark Nance gets through as well. Still some incidents in the back of the pack. It looks like the 17 machine might be involved in that one. But as a result of that caution, Alex Anderson appears to be your race leader. Here is the pit road shot. Wilkerson on his way. So is the driver of 154 machine. That is Branislav. Max Molina on his way as well. Nance. He goes through. There goes Cormenis. There goes Thurston. There goes Gentry. There goes Kroenberg. There goes Ethan Stanley and Aiden Walker as well. Balderas coming front and center on your screen. Gonna swerve away from the center of the screen. But he is still out, and this is the race off pit road in action. Corey Lyles is gonna be coming out soon. We are following the actions of the driver, the 67, with a lot of damage. It appears he may have towed his way in. Alex Anderson, as you see, he is still on the risers. There goes Ethan Marlowe. Just past the screen. Terrell Baker. Looks like he got his damage repaired. He is underway once more. And that's a majority of the field coming off of pit road. Steve Wilkerson going to be leading the way over Branislav Manjansik. And it looks like the 21 machine is a lapped truck. That is the case. Brandon Sheridan, almost entirely a lap down with 2 laps to green. We've got just a little bit of time before we get back to the action. So, given that we do have some time, we're going to be sending it to FTN nonstop. And give us a quick rewind on the trailer for tonight's event. And great to see that advertisement. We thank the guys over at IORA, Braxton Whitaker, for making it in specific. And it's always great to see IORA getting its own advertisements and whatnot. And we hope to see some more support as the race goes on. Lap 22, baby. If you enjoy the action, be sure to like and subscribe. It is always greatly appreciated on this channel, and we hope you enjoy the presentation. Only so much time before we get back to green one more time. Hopefully, this time will be a longer run. First run was a 15-lapper. Not a bad one by any means, but either way, we're looking for just a little bit more. It's going to be Wilkerson and Manjansik on the front row. One more reminder, if you do enjoy the action, be sure to like and subscribe to support these drivers, support the sponsors of the league, and of course, support the team behind the streams. Lap 22, going to 23 on this restart. In only a moment's time, we will be back in action, led by the 58. Rolling down the front stretch one more time. The 22nd lap will be underway, and our second restart of the night will begin. Led by Wilkerson and Magensick, we are green again from Daytona. And there we go, Wilkerson gets an amazing jump on the field, and nobody's going to catch him this time by. Perhaps they're going to get him by the backstretch. Working well with the driver of the 058. And Clark Nance in third. Michael Cormenis in fourth. We haven't seen these front four all day. They're looking to spice it up as we see Lake Lloyd in the background of the track. Wilkerson getting a lot of support right now. The inside line very loyal to him as James Thurston's going to peep to the outside. Not going to be able to get the run close to the door on Colby Kersey. Cormetis going to be given the signal to move or move out the way as everyone's flying as quick as they can. Backing it down one more time. It's going to be Clark Nance to the outside line. Cormetis watching and waiting for a move to occur on the outside line. It looks like this is going to move him up to third on the inside. As double file, whoa, we've got another incident. It's going to involve the 14, and the caution is out. Not sure what's going on. Baker's involved though. Ethan Stanley gets a little bit of a clip of it. Colby Kersey involved once. Gonna send it back to the replays and try to get a better angle of it. TCB sends it 3 wide, clips the 16, and oh no, it looks like that might have been over-aggression there. And the majority of the drivers get through. Kersey tapped. And TCB taps 2 drivers on his way there. Not sure what to say about that one. There might be penalties handed out. We will see. Ethan Stanley looks like he has a little bit of damage. We're going to see where it came from. It looks like that is where it came from. An incident just before we've just seen. Going to send it back just one more time. Looks like the 17 machine going to get involved in this one. Let's find out what happened. Getting the run off of TCB, the 17 machine is going to do. And Heather Cameron gets it there. Oh, Stanley gonna touch the 17 machine twice. That one's gonna be the one that hurts. And Chase Schaefer has joined the session. He is 23 laps down. He's gonna be running hard as ever during these caution laps. And maybe we're going to see him get back on the lead lap. Given the amount of cautions we've seen recently, there is always a chance. Steve Wilkerson leads the way, but right now, looks like our first lap leader of the day is actually going to be going all the way up front. Anderson's going to have an alternative strategy, and this is going to put him up in the front of the pack. And as we say that, how about we talk to the driver of the 67 machine, staying out on the track right now, looking for some track position. What's the move for the driver of the 67, Alex Anderson?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I should be alive right now. I was involved in the wreck before this one where one of the Marlows just turned straight left into me. Brought me down a couple RPMs. I fixed all the optional. I have no required. So I'm just going to try and stick to the front, and if that doesn't work, I'm just going to stick to the back, try and avoid all the wrecks, try to save my faster pair, because these things can get damaged fairly easily.
You're right about that. We've seen a lot of guys get damaged so far. Lap 26 of 80, seeing some aggression start to show its way into this event. What is the move until the final set of laps? Just play conservative or go all out for position?
For me, probably most certainly conservative. I'm already a little bit hindered. I'm down maybe 9 or 10 RPMs, so I'm going to have to deal with that the whole race, so probably best bet just going to try and vibe a mid to low pack, but I didn't want to pit there because I didn't need to take fuel at that moment. So I just going to try and keep the truck clean and hopefully be there at the end.
Absolutely trying to be there at the end now. Something we noticed in the beginning of this event, you might not know this, but according The way we saw the end of the first lap, you are the first lap leader of the season, getting that first lap by a nose in front of Ethan Stanley. And I know that doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but still the first lap leader of the season. And what a season it will be, a 24 race title. And how are you feeling about these trucks so far?
Well, we were going to originally do them season 1, but we decided to do the next gens because they were new and you could still plate race on 1.5 miles with them. So we wanted to go back and do trucks because that was what we were originally going to do. So I don't know what the car is going to be next season, but I'm definitely feeling good about these trucks. I know they race well pretty much everywhere, short tracks especially. These guys are going to put on a show at Martinsville next week and all the other subsequent short tracks. So I'm excited for them, and most certainly I think the event I'm looking forward to the most will probably be the All-Star Race, which for those of you who don't know, the All-Star Race, it's for $50. You get a custom Quantum Threat jersey because we are sponsored by Quantum Threat this season, so big shout out to them. But you got a custom Quantum Threat jersey and $50, and the All-Star Race is at Monza Oval, so I'm really looking forward to that. The entries are going to be winners of last season and this season, and there will be an All-Star Open beforehand. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to the rest of this race.
Absolutely. Right now, you're in good position, but you're going to have to lay low if you want to get there at the end of the day. Alex Anderson, the 67 machine, we thank you for your time. Driving back into the workshop. There we go. As we're going to be getting back to the action very, very soon. Lap 27 of 80. And it's 8:34 on the eastern coast. And it turns out that Branislav Manjek is Ethan Sky. And apologies for the conclusion there that we were not able to come up with earlier, but that is what we have heard according to Kyle Freeman. And quite the change indeed in the way we're going to label that driver. It's going to be Wilkerson leading the way with Max Molina on the outside line. Once again, we're green with Cormetis and Nance, the youngsters, in the second row. Let's see how they perform. Cormetis, not the greatest jump, but he's going to get a major push by Alex Anderson, who has 9 revs per minute down on power so far. So he's certainly going to have to play a big role to keep up with it. Cormetis not making a major move so far. Looks like Ethan Sky going to get to his inside, and Clark Nance going to go to the outside and make that second line work. Cormetis now going to have something to roll off of, and Anderson going to be in the middle of the pack. The parachute effect will be no more. An engine with damage will have a parachuting effect. Not going to happen to the driver. Coming down through turns 3 and 4 one more time. Wilkerson going to get it done one more time, appearing to be the restart king of this race so far. Molina to the high side. Molina's not going to lead the lap, but he's going to lead just after the start-finish line. It's close racing up front for this victory. Driver of the 58 machine leading the way over Ethan Sky in the 154 machine with the 07 of Max Molina in third. Michael Dietz back up front after multiple incidents. It looks like his race is not done. Big wiggle there by Durston. He's going to save it, but that was about a backstretch worth of saving the car. Rather, of the 96 has been saved. Baker back up front there. And not sure what he's doing that for. Ethan Sky's gonna get turned. Big wreck. Caution's out. Oh, Nance is gonna be hit. Destroy those two. The 07 and the 9. And Ethan Sky, one of the catalysts for that one. Gonna get an instant replay on the matter. And the driver of the 154 machine running strong beforehand. The 154 machine getting a great launch there. There he goes, 3 wide, and oh, Max Molina is going to touch him. And that's where it starts. Menace, Nance involved. Balderas going to barely avoid it. And nobody else is going to hit the driver of the 154. Baker Slides through, very low damage, if any. How about that? Baker rolling back out front. Landon Gentry, 33 machine. He's out there, and he's doing pretty good while he's at it. In the 9th spot now, JBL, KBM Inspired Machine, is looking great in the top 10. Wilkerson looking great in the lead. And the 58 machine leads the way. We're not going to be able to get an interview with him. We don't see him in any of the voice chats, but if you are watching Steve Wilkerson, we would love to talk to you. And how about we talk to a driver and get an interview? We can't get it from any of the drivers who are up there in the front of the pack. Since Balderas is in third, Cormenes is blown up, and it looks like timing and scoring is having a little bit of a mess up. We're going to give it just a moment before we find out who is really out front and who is really in the back of the pack. And Stanley diving down to the inside line. Only 2 drivers remain, Wilkerson and Dietz on the track. We're going to go check the pit road camera, see the race off of pit road. There's one in, Mason Moriarty, and the remainder of the field is a group of 2. So we'll see whether or not they are going to be given a chance to get tires after. Don't think they're going to take that chance. It's going to put them in the back of the pack. And there we go. 1 out. That's going to be Balderas. Can Balderas win the race off pit road? Yes, he does! Alexander Balderas is going to be 3rd now. Stanley off as well. Brandon Sheridan. Then it's going to be Ethan Marlowe, Michael Cormenes, Travis Kronberg. Then it's going to be Terrell Baker. Then James Thurston. And we got a few others coming. There is Dietz. There is Lyles. There is Gentry. There is Moriarty. But Balderas wins the race off of pit road. Lap 31 of 80. What a turn of events. And everyone's soaring around the leaders right now, trying to get their laps back. But Balderas, the only driver on the podium that we can get an interview from. And what about that? Strategy looks like it's shifted, and you are the winner off of pit road. What's the move for the remaining 49 odd laps in this event?
In reality, it's just to keep my fast repair, keep my nose clean. I know how important it is to keep a truck clean compared to, seeing how bad the damage model is on these things. I know I do have some damage now, but if I look at my RPM right now, I'm still riding at 1300, which is the SuperSpeedway RPM. So I think I'm doing good engine-wise, and I know Aero is kind of messed up, but as long as I stay here in the pack, I think I should be in good shape.
Absolutely, still in the thick of it right now. Looks like it's going to be 1 to green this time by. Pace car lights are off. Now you're in 3rd right now, so what is the move? Play it aggressive right now, try to lead the lap and then back out, or just stay conservative, because we have seen that you have missed every wreck so far, with the exception of, I believe, 1 or 2, missing some of the bigger ones that would have ended your night.
Yeah, absolutely. I got really lucky with avoidance. There was one of them that happened in the trial where I almost clobbered, like the 158, I think. But I think go aggressive here, push the 58, get in 2nd place, and maybe lead a lap, get a bonus point. So, it's all about points now. First race of the season, let's get it done.
Absolutely. F4L, we saw you last night. You're fighting for a championship there. And what is your end goal when it comes to IORA this season? Just get the win here and head back to the broadcaster booth, or we're going to see any more of Alexander Balderas and the drivers.
Get a top 5, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. And there we go. Alexander Balderas is going to be on his way, and it looks like there's a timing and scoring error. There we go. There's the live feed. Look at the 95 go. And the 58 of Wilkerson on his way. Wilkerson going to lead the way with Balderas in 2nd. Dietz not getting a good start. Driver of the 058 is Cormenes going to drop down to the back of the pack. Balderas is going to go to the outside line, trying to lead the lap with Terrell Baker just behind him. 95 truck may be able to get his first lap led in IORA. What's he going to do? Coming down to the outside line. A broadcaster. For a majority of the series, we broadcast coming to the line. It's going to be Balderas that led the lap. Oh no! Balderas saves it!
The yellow flag
Rex!
is out.
No! Apologies for the miscommunication. Alexander Balderas in contact, but he saves it. And we do have a wreck. Majority of the field is fine, however. Wow! Gonna send it back 30 seconds to try to find out what just happened. Looks like a push from TCB gone bad. Wilkerson gonna get pushed. Majority of the field saves it, actually. But we still have a caution. Nobody spins. Nothing. And Balderas saves it. Does some damage after leading his first lap of the night, but Baker is the leader. Nobody involved fatally when it comes to the condition of their car. How about that? The 213 Simware machine of Terrell Baker now out front with Michael Dietz just behind him. Alex Anderson in third is there as well. Alexander Balderas looking at some minor damage. Not sure if he's going to come in for repairs once more after leading his first lap of the night. But Baker, hard shove. He's got some marks of the war that he's been in. Daytona International Speedway, quite the fast track, quite the rough track for any of these drivers. And it's noticeable that he has taken the hits. Walt Whitman High School marching band sponsored by Michael Dietz there. And you can see the 57 right in tow. Now, Walt Whitman High School is in Huntington Station, New York, and that's actually very local to the headquarters of the Fireball Talks NASCAR broadcasting team. And how about that? Some local representation. Walt Whitman, especially popular around Long Island, the Walt Whitman Mall on Long Island as well. And the name Walt Whitman rings around the urban New York area for a majority of us in our day-to-day lives. 58 of Wilkerson there as well. Now we're going to be sending it to the pit road camera to see the race off one more time. Everyone's being obscured right now, but they won't be obscured for long. Here it goes. This is the race off. Let's see who gets it done. 2 out of pit road already. Stanley not going to be able to get it done. It's going to be the leader off pit road, Ethan Marlowe. Then it's going to be Ethan Sky, Terrell Baker, Max Molina, Ethan Stanley, James Thurston. And then it's going to be the Travis Corenberg's machine. Landon Gentry follows. Looks like it's going to be Corey Lyles. Then it's going to be the driver of 17, Heather Cameron. Then it's going to be 16 of Morris Marlowe. Only 2 drivers remain. That's Aiden Walker, as Ethan Stanley has gotten out. Jace Schaefer also out as well. And we do have a penalty report for the driver of the 95. Black flag for Alexander Balderas. End of line penalty following that incident. And we will see our first penalty of the season. End of line award did to the driver of the 95 machine. That is going to send him to the back of the field. And with the damage he has, he's just going to have to ride in the draft if he wants a chance at the end of the race. How about that for the driver of the 95 machine? Penalties are awarded for the first time in the IORA Cup Series' 3rd season. 1 lap to green now, led by Max Molina. Coming to the inside of pit road, the pace truck is, and back again. We will see our entire field of trucks going back at it. We're almost at the halfway mark. Let's see what these guys can do. We are green again. It's going to be Moriarty and Clark Nance out front. What can Nance do? He's not been in the front row all night except for now. And look at him go. The driver of the 6 machine is Baker's going to send it 3 wide. Nance is going to shut the door. And that's how we do the first laps of this event. And it's going to roll like that again. And how about that? The first few turns, hard driving. But he's going to get moved. Clark Nance is. Wow, that looks like racing on the apron. They're all backing out of the pack, and it looks like that's going to include Max Molina. Hard block by Terrell Baker. And he's going to lead the way over the remainder of the field. Balderas. He's going to have some contact there with Heather Cameron. Still in the fight. He's in 9th. has his train behind him. And there the 25 goes. Baker, then Lyles side by side with lead with Clark Nance not falling too far behind so far. The 56 machine is in tow with the 67 right now, and Nance is still keeping pace. Almost halfway through, that's going to be Gentry falling down to the inside of the racetrack. There we go, the driver of that number 56 machine is making a great run of it so far. Might be able to lead the lap. He's able to get out in front. Balderas is now fighting for the top 6 position, trying to get into the top 5 on this lap. He's led 1 lap this season thus far. Tyrrell Baker going to lead yet another. Lyles just beside him. The 67 machine making a great run of it so far. Baker leading over Anderson. Lyles now going to be the leader overall with Clark Nance and Alexander Balderas just behind one another. Still prevails on the outside line just for now. We've got 3 packs right now that are in order, but they all have drafts with one another. Nobody's truly separated out. The pace is very, very quick for all these drivers. And it looks like Anderson going to have the door open for him. Lyles and Baker goes up to the high side to defend. Anderson going to be able to lead the lap this time by if he just gets a good run on the inside line. Not going to get it. Hard defense. And that was quite the move placed by the driver of the 25 machine, blocking both lanes on one front stretch. And he got there down by the driver. Very intense move as we're just about halfway through this event. 25 truck making a great run so far. And look at him go. Tyrrell Baker. 213 similar machine getting some great screen time for that organization. Daniel Mosteller, one of their drivers, not in this series anymore as a driver. Whoa! Send to the wall. Yes, we have a wreck because of that. Caution's out.
Flag is out.
Everyone gets scattered because 2 lap cars were in the way. Now that might lead to some flaring tempers. These two are still locked together. It's Colby Kersey. Is Kersey going to be spun? Yes, he is! Colby Kersey gets stumped. And how about that? We're going to get an instant replay. Ethan Stanley and Colby Kersey looking for a yellow. Not sure if Ethan Stanley drops down. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. That is a close call for the driver of the 91 and the driver of the 94. This is wild. Stanley dropped down, but Kersey didn't drop down quick enough. That's where the wreck began. Balderas is totaled. He's going to have to use his fast repair just after halfway. Looks like Kroenberg totaled as well. We can see Moriarty engine is blown. Not good. We are going to see some penalties being handed out. The admin chat is active. Official penalty report will be coming out in a few moments' time. And it's deliberation whether or not it's going to happen for the driver of the 94 and the driver of the 91, or just one of the two. Whether or not it goes to both of them, we will wait and see. I believe Ethan Stanley might be less responsible if he is responsible at all. Balderas not taking his fast repair yet. Alex Anderson leads the way. And Balderas 9th right now. Baker leading over the remainder of the field. Alex Anderson now in 2nd. With only so many laps to go, we're going to send it to 39 laps to go on your screen. As Slicky Ricky, the 07 machine, is saying that we should check his perspective from the wreck. Let's see what just happened from the perspective of Max Molina. Saying that it was a pretty good one to watch, so we're going to send it back. We're about a minute back. We're going to watch from the on-board perspective of the driver of the 9. Almost contact center. The 07. Apologies for the miscommunication. This is Max Molina's on board. Slicky Ricky, thank you for stopping by in the chat. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And here's the wreck. A little bit of finagling there, but he gets through, and how about that? That was a close call for the driver of the 07, Max Molina. Great job avoiding the wreck. And thank you for stopping by and letting us know about that perspective, because that was a very close call for Max Molina indeed. Tyrrell Baker, the leader of the race, with Alex Anderson in second. Slowing down. Baker is, Alex Anderson in second, and Ethan Marlowe is in third. 1 lap to green. The 154 Ethan Sky is back out on track. And penalties. Not sure who has been awarded a penalty. But it looks like Travis 1 lap down according to our timing and scoring. Chase Schaefer only 15 laps down now. He is making gains overall. He's now cut down 8 laps. 23 lap deficit beginning his run tonight. Tyrrell Baker in the 25 machine. Great run so far. He has been aggressive, but he's been doing what he needs just to get out front and putting together a good performance overall. Anderson just beside him, the first driver to lead a lap this season, making a great performance out of it as well. And these two might be the ones to beat when it comes to getting through this event. Heather Cameron, involved in a few incidents, but up there in 5th right now. And we're going to check on Alexander Balderas. And it looks like the driver of the 95 has not taken his fast repair and continues to hunt down a chance in the late race. Front straight one once again. We are past the halfway point, and it has been an hour of racing, almost 8:55 on the East Coast right now. But stick around, it's going to get even better from here. Pace car is in. We're going to get back to the action in just a moment's time. We are green and led by Baker. And Anderson is just behind him. There we go again, led by Tyrrell Baker. 25 machine making a great so far. The cameras making a great perspective for the viewers. TrackCams22.com, an incredible track camera site. And if you want your best cameras on iRacing, you're going to go to TrackCams22.com. It's in the description for some incredible performing tracks. And it looks like the Travis Kroenberg machine going to shuffle into the back of the pack, trying to block there. Baker, a commanding charge. Big wiggle there. Anderson's going to have the momentum. Barreling through he does. Alexander Anderson. Wow. Very close for Baker. Very close for Anderson. No contact. Anderson will lead at that. For second position, Mason Moriarty back up in the fight, but he's going to be hung out to dry. Going to have to join the inside line. And it's Baker leading the way once again. Anderson not able to do much about it. Big block once again, 36 laps to go. Not sure if he should be making these blocks so early. 10 concurrent viewers, we thank you greatly for the support. If you do enjoy the action, be sure to like and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. It's a great race going on right now. TCB leading the race. And what a character TCB is, a well-known driver. He's got winning exploits around the iRacing world and looking for yet another victory at Daytona, a 200-mile event. 35 laps to go. He's made it through more than half of it, more than 100 miles. Just got to hold on for the remaining just about 75-odd laps, or 75 miles with 35 laps. Get the victory. Baker leads the way right now. They are 3 wide, and how about we check the onboard perspective for the Corey Lyles machine. Lyles is very, very close to all these drivers. Let's see what he sees. Stanley gets on by. That one is for second. Makes him more easier to Baker's going to get it with some momentum on the apron. How about Moriarty's perspective? Getting put down the single. Now pushing the 25 of Baker, fighting hard to get back out front. Very, very aggressive pushes, and Baker is out on the inside line. There we go, so Moriarty fighting with the 25 machine right now. Super Speedway Aces, they are going back at it. Mason Moriarty won the NWP 400 at $1,000, getting the total grand in one race. And Tiro Baker winning a $600 prize for $600, donated it to charity. These guys are well known as Super Speedway Aces in the IORA scene. And they're going to beat right now. Alexander Anderson is going to be fighting in the back of the pack as River Page is in second. Where did he come from? We're not sure, but the RPM machine looking for a great run tonight. 33 laps to go. Time is ticking. And it looks like we have some drivers just in front of the lead pack right now that are not accounted for on the screen. We do hear them though. They'll reach of the drivers in just a few laps time. Looks like it is a group of two out in front, 9 o'clock on the eastern seaboard. And how about that? Led once again by Mason as this race is entering its twilight stages. 32 laps remain. We've got 15 cars on the lead lap right now. One lap down, but they're still going around the racetrack. And it is Mason Moriarty right now, the leader of the event. We got an incident with timing and scoring not working out correctly. Going to try to fix that. Back out front. One car, lap car. It's Travis Kornberg. No disruption. Maybe there's a disruption. Big wiggle. Everyone saves it. And that could have been close. Ethan Stanley, Max Molina, Steve Wilkerson, all involved. No contact leading to a detrimental outcome. And Baker's back in second. And the 91 machine in now. The 6th position, led by the 6th second, the aggressive Tiro Baker, looking for just a little more out of that truck than what he's seen all night to get the victory. Anderson in 3rd now. What's he going to do? Peeks to the outside. Is he going to make it stick? Not going to be able to make it stick so far. They still stay single file. Baker, Anderson. Top 3, well known in the NR Night in America scene, well known around the circle that IORA is in, the iRacing world, and these guys are running immaculately right now, single file for the lead with 30 laps to go. 6-second laps right now, as the single file train is incredibly consistent. No moves are being made so far on that inside, while we see Corey Lyles going to the outside trying to make something happen. Will anyone budge? Looks like nobody else does, and it's going to be up to Baker or Moriarty to make the move. Baker not resisting. Yet, we're going to find out whether or not he does. Though it does look like Corey Lyles is going to be stalled out right now. It's a 2-car tandem. No, Baker's going to go to the outside line, and so is Moriarty going to make a cheap block. Not worth it. He's going to dive back down to the inside line. Baker now your leader. Double file has returned to Daytona. The pack is bunching up for the first time in quite a while. 29 laps remain. And the pack is back in style. Lap 50 of 80 right now. How about that? For the drivers who are currently hunting down yet another victory in the IORA world. Terrell Baker looking for what I believe would be his first. Mason Moriarty looking for avenging his title quest last season, where Daniel Mosteller was able to get it done. James Thurston looking for that as well, but he's in the back of the pack, not pushing his luck right now. He is staying consistent in the back of the lead. 15th right now. And he's 1 lap down according to timing and scoring. We have 14 cars in the lead lap with Brandon Sheridan being the last of which. Baker making a great run of it so far. Lyles in second. They're just about neck and neck, going through every single turn. Whoa! Saves it so far. Nothing's going to come of it. Could that be Chase Schaefer? Yes, that is. The Flopper Racing Machine is out in front and might be passed by the remainder of the field in due time. 25 machine coming up on a lap. Schaefer's going to have to budge to the apron, and that is what he's going to do. 10 laps down for Chase Schaefer, and he lets the leaders by. And there he goes. 11 laps down now. It's Corey Lyles and Terrell Baker side by side for the lead, but Mason Moriarty has something to say about it. Let's see whether or not his action will speak louder than his words. Side by side still with 27 to go. All of these guys in the top 6 are wrapped up in a blanket right now. Goes to the high side. Baker does. Look at that. Moriarty's there on the inside. What's he going to do? Lap 50. 55 now. The laps are winding down with 26 to go. Baker and Moriarty putting on a show on the inside line. And look at them. The 6 and the 25 working together. Still see our engines roaring just outside of the camera. Not Chase Schaefer. Schaefer's in the fray. But Michael Cormetis appears to be one of the lap cars who is not close at all. Balderas, too. Major damage to the driver, the 95. This lap down position might be detrimental. Being 3 laps down might end his contention, even if a caution comes out. Baker's going to wiggle, and Lyles is going to go to the inside line. Balderas on the apron. He's got it made on the apron. Not going to be able to shoot back up. He will not even dare it. 95 truck out of harm's way and out of the way of all of the leaders. And he stayed with 25 to go. Rutherford, 37 laps down, our first retiree of the night. We still have a total of 12. And there they go once again. Lyles now leading the way. After we check our manufacturers for tonight's event, it is led by a Chevy. There's going to be 2 Chevys right now in the top 2, where Moriarty now being scored as the leader. And Lyles is in third. Now it's going to be triple Toyota, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Wilkerson, the Chevrolet. That is for 10th. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy. A lot of parity down to the 11th to 15th range. And we see some Chevy from 16th to 20th. The field is capped out by a Ford, and how about that? That is your 24-car field for this event. Baker to the outside, and it's going to be Lyles to the inside. You can see that he's back in the mix after being your pole sitter for tonight's event. What's he going to be able to do? We'll find out in a few moments' time, because he's back up front for the first time all race. 24 laps to go. Baker on the high side. And it looks like right now we do have a guest appearance. What's up?
TCB's in this race. That's the last thing I expected on IORA, and that's amazing. Hi guys, how's your morning? Well, day technically.
And the driver
Mine isn't going
is
good.
leading, no less.
Oh wow, that's not a surprise. TCB's pretty good at these super speedways. Anyways, how's your guys' day? Going better than mine, because my day sucks.
And Baker, you mentioned beforehand, he is leading the race over Corey Lyles, and just behind it's the 24 of River Page. So race heating up with 22 laps to go. It's a Chevy on Ford right now in the top 2.
We had an IORA.
Not one. We have seen a lot of great racing tonight as River Page is going to take the lead for the first time all race. Page, Lyles, Walker, like the top three right now as Baker falls back to fourth.
Also, are we going to talk about Throttle's name in the league?
Well, he's out of contention right now. He is not doing great tonight. He's in 16th right now.
When the ticker scrolls back around, yeah, look at his name. I'm gets walked out to the outside just on my screen.
There we go. There is the 25 machine trying to put a move on the 24, but not going to happen there. Big contact. Page over Baker so far. Shuffle. There goes Walker. No damage, but there is a lot of contact going on in the race so far. 21 laps to go.
I have no reason to commentate, but I just feel like it, so.
Baker going to die down to the inside. There he goes.
Yeah, I have a huge delay. I just have the preview of him entering turn 1 right now, but I assume he's at least in turn 3 to 4.
He is pretty far from the leaders. He should be now in the back straight. Balderas is entering the first and second turns. Here right, looks like the track map is a little bit off tonight.
Damn, Throttle should have stuck to commentator.
He did lead a lap tonight, if you don't know about that.
Oh wait, he is on the lead lap?
No, he led a lap. He was in first.
Congrats! New Throttle achievement. He won a whole lap.
But he wrecked immediately after, so that might be telling. After we see that Baker is side by side with River Page.
What is happening? We have TCB side by side with River Page and Lyles.
Big time move there, and Ethan Stanley's back in the hunt for the first time in almost the entirety of the race.
Yeah. Also, can I just get a preview?
And there's Cormetis. And it looks like Michael Cormetis going to be going yet another lap down at Balderas. 4 laps down. This is where Balderas is. How about that? He is on the backstretch right now. And comparing that to the leaders, we're going to enter the backstretch in a few seconds' time. He is in danger to go a 5th lap down.
Oh, there's Cormetis. Okay, I have a huge delay.
Leads the way far and away. There he goes. One more time. There's Stanley. They're side by side once again. Cormetis out of frame right now. 19 laps. Wilkerson being pushed hard by Chase Schaefer, a lapped truck. Not sure how well he's taking that because Schaefer is 10 laps down as Stanley leads the way over Terrell Baker right now.
George, can I get a preview? I actually want to commentate. This seems like an interesting race so far.
And we are watching the driver of the 91 machine.
I mean, I really can't see it because I'm on.
Side by side there, it's going to be the 2 drivers who've been dominating this event. The first half dominated by Stanley and the second by Baker. They're now going toe-to-toe for the first time tonight.
All right, thank you for the preview, George. So, 18 to go. You've got 2 lines of cars. The bottom line is obviously has more, if you can't see. I don't know. I'm not counting all of that. But the outside line seems like it could do something. I don't know who's up there. But it seems so far that these guys are going to have a pretty good race. I can't see who's up there, sadly.
Oh, I think Cormetis is the leader. That is not the case. Baker is the leader with Wilkerson in second.
No, wait. It's not 58.
58 is Steve Wilkerson.
Okay, that confused me. I thought that was Conklin for a second. As you can see, some of these guys have the PB Truck Series banners, which is another truck week. It's the same guys, but, not broadcasted on FTN, of course, as you can probably see, because, we don't broadcast that week.
The 25 machine of Baker there being pushed hard by Ethan Stanley with 17 laps to go. It is crunch time. 10 concurrent viewers watching, thank you for the support. We are getting into the final stage of this event with a guest appearance by Andrew Schulte, and I think we're going to have you for the next few laps, the final 10 laps, the most intense of which we're getting to shortly.
16 laps, not 10, but close enough. Anyways, I'd like to see the intervals because, that would be pretty cool.
We have been rotating through the manufacturers and how we do check out those vehicles and see where all these drivers are in relativity to one another. Baker leads the way over 1-1. The 24 machine, River Page right now. We got the intervals on your screen.
the timing is having a scoring issue right now, which is probably something we can't fix for a moment because
I think Balderas might have just disconnected. We don't see him on the intervals at all.
oh my gosh, damn it, throttle.
Not sure what's going on there with the driver of the 95 machine. We're going to see whether or not we can get him back, but that could just be an issue on the iRacing side, and if it is, apologies for the incident,
Yes.
but I do believe that a majority of these guys are still going strong. The Menace still continues to be scored as the leader, but that he
Yes,
is not.
yes, I'd love to say. Maybe try that, but 15 to go. IORA Cup Series. Blue background. That's a pretty cool background, though. It's blue. Menace goes another lap down. Oh my, what is that? He's trying to merge. He's trying to demo a page. He did not try, never mind. But that was definitely scary for a little bit. And the Daytona apron. Is he going to go too fast? Really long because he's experienced. Gentry, the 33 car, 9 laps down. He won a truck race in NR
Pit cycles,
Oh, there's people
green
pitting.
flag
There's people
pit
pitting.
cycles, led by Terrell
Wow.
Baker.
That was surprising.
Oh
And
my goodness, the first pit cycle.
Ethan Stanley beats TCB in, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Who's going to stay up? Throttle! Oh, wait, never mind. That's Schaefer.
That is Chase Schaefer, and how about that? We do have a change of tone. And look at this, green flag pit stops underway. This is the race off of pit road. We're going to see who's going to be able to get off first. Aiden Walker is there on the front of your screen. You guys looking around. It's going to be Stanley.
That's going to be Stanley by a mile, and then
Wilkerson, then
Wilkerson.
Walker, then Baker, then Lyles, then it's going to be Moriarty, then
TCB.
Durston, then it's going to be Anderson, then it's going to be Page, then it's going to be Marlowe, then it's going to be Molina, then it's going to be Rutherford, followed by Diaz. That is your race off of pit road.
You saw TCB exit fourth. Oh, the 21 decides to hop in the pit road alone. That's not a great idea, but probably doesn't have enough fuel. But you saw TCB enter in second, and now he's in what? Fourth, third. So that's actually pretty surprising. He only lost one spot, but look at that gap between first and second and third. It's obviously going to be close since this is super speedway, but it's going to take a while, if anything.
Stanley with a major gap, and with 13 laps to go, we are going to send it into a crank it up. And we hope that you enjoy this skill presentation as we are going to wind the laps down. 10 laps to go. Coming soon. It's going to be crunch time right now by the driver of the 91. It is Ethan Stanley. And we have returned from our crank it up, and this is lap 70 of 80. We're going to be coming coming to the 10 lap to go, interval 11 to go right now, coming down to the front stretch. So we're going to see whether or not these guys come down, and it is going to be crunch time now. 10 more cycles, and how about that? And Andrew Schulte, thank you for your stop into this broadcast. And we're going to take it from here. It is Baker leading the way over the remainder of the field, but Aiden Walker's got something to say about it. There we go. 93 machine fighting hard, and look at that, the driver of the 25 is fighting back too. And Caleb Morrissey comes in the chat saying topside will win. Let's see who's going to make the move. Right about that, the topside has the momentum, but Baker right now is leading on the top side and making a great run of it so far. 10 laps to go. Chase Schaefer, not your leader. That's a timing and scoring error. That is a lapped car, Chase Schaefer is. But it's going to be Baker leading over Walker. Side by side, they still are down to the inside line. And look at them go. The driver of the 93. Whoa, big shuffle there. And there we go. Aiden Walker down to the inside line alongside Terrell Baker. These two are going to fight to the end of it with 9 laps remaining in the single-digit category. For the first time all season, we're looking to see who's going to be our first winner in the IORA Cup Series season. In the 3rd season. The Quantum Quest, it begins tonight. The chase for the championship, sponsored by Quantum Threat. And let's see who's going to become a threat to win multiple times over the momentum. It's going to begin here. So if you win once, you got a much better chance at winning the rest of the way. 9 laps to go. It's going to be converted into 8 laps to go for these drivers. You can see the pace car just on the side of your screen. It's going to be a final race showdown. Looks like Corey Menace is tapped out of this event. Stanley leading the way so far over Baker. It's edge to edge. No clear leader right now. 8 laps to go. These guys are pushing as hard as they can. Not sure whether or not they're going to be able to make it happen this whole way through. Or are we going to get a late race caution? We will find out. Because it looks like right now, they're as close as they can get without wrecking, especially in this top pack. You can see that James Thurston is still holding on. He is not in the winning contention, but he is still in the draft, just keeping touch, watching as these final 6 guys compete for the victory. It's a 10-second gap to Max Molina, closest driver, and Alex Anderson in 7th with 7 laps to go. Many drivers started, but only a quarter of them are still in winning contention. It's going to be Baker, Stanley, Moriarty, Walker, Lyles, and Molina. The final 6 to have a shot at the victory, and one of them is going to come out as your winner tonight, barring an incredible incident. 6 cars wrecking in one incident to have anything change. 7 laps to go from the World Center of Racing. And it's a great night to be here. The stands are packed. You can see the photos being taken in the virtual grandstands at Daytona International Speedway. Everyone is excited, and everyone is looking forward to the conclusion of this race. An exciting one at that, and this long run has been as great as it gets. True racing, a lot of close moments, but nobody wrecking on this final stint. And with 6 laps to go, it looks like it's starting to come down to these guys for certain. There's Chase Schaefer, who's going to be caught by the race leaders in just a moment's time. There's Baker, and you can see that Schaefer was just out in front of him. It's very, very close, perhaps too close for comfort for a guy like Chase Schaefer to notice that the leaders are just behind you. You got to make your move quick to make sure not another incident happens with the lap car. Baker leading the way. We're going to be coming to 5 laps to go this time by, and that's going to really get serious. That's when you got to be thinking. Now, it looks like Chase Schaefer is going to be backing it down for the night as he comes down onto pit road. There's really no chance at winning right now unless we get a miracle caution, but everyone is spaced out. How about we check on the second pack right now, and that Alex Anderson machinery is looking good, but it's a single file line, and they're going in between each other. They're going inside each other, and we got Tommy Kroenberg and Sean Conklin showing up into the chat, and Sean Conklin says, "Go May." Tommy Kroenberg says, "No." It's going to be River Page disposed of on the line. We thank both of you for stopping by and showing your support. Hope you enjoyed the action tonight because it's been quite the race, and we have the 6 machine of Moriarty in the front of the pack. And he's leading right now, coming to 4 laps to go, fighting the best of the best. It's Stanley and Baker and Lyles just beside him. It's an any man's race. Don't count out Molina. Don't count out Walker. Walker, your first pole sitter of the season. And Baker, from the jump. First driver to qualify on iRacing for the season, but he's led an awful amount of laps. But he is in standing to get this victory, and every one of these drivers are in this one for the victory. Not many drivers can say they got this far. Real green flag strategy got them to this point, and with 3 laps to go, it is truly crunch time. You could say 10 laps to go is crunch time, but you still got a lot of time to strategize that last lap. But right now, it's go big, go home, or go away from the service. iRacing, to be exact, because right now it is the moment-to-moment choices that change this event for the better or for the worse. Moriarty with 3 laps to go, fighting as hard as he can. He's got some fans in the chat. He's got some detractors in the chat. It's a battle there, but we appreciate the support as it's Baker on the outside with the 3G machine of Stanley both in tow. And it looks like the 6 machine of Moriarty has not much room to work with. He is on the inside. He is crowded in, and the momentum on the high side has been incredible to notice. Caleb Morrissey pointing it out himself in the trucks. In fact, I believe he'd do pretty well if you gave him a shot in this series, so you never know. If you see Caleb Morrissey show up here, he might have a great chance at the victory. But right now, the guys with the best chance of the victory are these fastest 6 of the night. Baker being the absolute best of them. He's leading the way, far and away. 2 laps to go. There is Heather Cameron. And not going to do anything, she isn't. We got one more lap card to pass, one final hurdle. It's Alexander Balderas. He's the final lap car these guys are going to come up on, and the 95 is not moving, but now he is. Nothing to be concerned about. That 95 car is, and look at him go. The trucks are rolling by, the 95, and this long run coming down to the final turns. No caution yet. It would take a miracle for a guy like Balderas to be back in it, and I don't think we're going to get that miracle. Down one last time. It is the white flag. This race will be official. Not sure what Schaefer was doing right there, but this is it. Final lap of the night. Let's see what happens. And right now they're shoveling up big time. It's going to be Stanley getting a little bit of a wiggle. Can he go back to back on the show? 2 wins, 2 nights. It would be an incredible feat if he's able to do so. It's going to be Moriarty making a bit of a shuffle. TZB going to hang him out to dry, but Lyles now going to have to give the push of a lifetime. They wreck Stanley, Baker, everyone there is involved, and it's going to be only a few drivers coming out. Baker, Molina, and Walker. They're 3 wide for the lead coming into the final set of turns. Walker, he's there, might have to drop down. It's going to be Baker holding it, and there was Walker. Aiden Walker's going to go to the inside line to get the run. Coming out of the final turn for the first race of the season, Baker, Rex, Molina, Rex! It's going to be a 4-wide shootout, and Corey Lyles is going to win it. Wow! First win of the season for Corey Lyles. He is your inaugural winner in the truck era for IORA. What a finish. What a race. Corey Lyles, clutch, and gets it done at the right time. He got it done in an excellent fashion. Lyles is your winner. And wow, what a show. 4 wide at the line. Almost. But Lyles had the momentum that prevailed. We're going to try to do a slow motion to that entire lap to give you an understanding of what just happened. My goodness. And this is the run down to the checkered. This is the final lap in its entirety. And you would see Moriarty is going to get hooked up big time. We're coming down to the white flag here. This is a full replay of what just happened. Last lap began here. Moriarty gets wiggled big time there. Everyone's still in the frame by this point, but Lyles gives a big shove to Ethan Stanley. See Moriarty there on the inside line, giving the shove to Stanley one more time, but he's going to wiggle just a bit high, and Baker takes the spot. The first incident occurs here. Moriarty, Stanley, and Baker all involved. Stanley and Moriarty get the worst of it. Thurston's still in the pack, but look at how far away Lyles is. Look at this. He is the furthest guy out in the trail. And now we send it back up front. Look at this. Walker, you think he's in the perfect position to just get a slingshot off of him. But look at them. He goes to the middle. He touches both of them. Baker's out of the running. And it's going to be Molina and Walker, or so they thought. Molina runs out of momentum. Walker runs out of momentum. The winner, Corey Lyles. And burning it down as he should. The celebration is in effect for the driver, the 56. And burning it down with Aiden Walker. My goodness. What a show for the driver of the 56. Everyone's burning it down alongside him. There is Aiden Walker. Trying to push Lyles, but I think he's just in awe of what just happened. Wow. What a show. What a drive. The motor's already blown. But Walker's going to not stop celebrating. That is for certain. Trying to push the driver of the 56 through. Looks like they're trying to set something up. Shades of cars right now for the driver of the 56. Trying to get some assistance. Although it doesn't appear to be entirely assistance. Just rolling around. The 93 is. How about that? Walker still rolling. And I believe he is going to be the last driver rolling. The driver to win it all. It is the driver of the 56. And how about we get an interview with our first winner of the third season? It's Corey Lyles. How do you feel after winning the first race of the season?
Man, I mean, wasn't expecting that. I held my line with May. I kind of a little bit drove through him, but I mean, it's the final lap. What do you expect? That's my thing.
Absolutely, the final lap there. And how did you play it out in your mind? What was the strategy when you saw the incidents, and did it affect how you raced it?
I mean, at that point, I just didn't care. If I finished, I finished. If I didn't, I didn't. Wasn't expecting to win. I thought TCB was probably going to win there, but that happened, so I got by him. So, yeah.
Absolutely got by at the right time, and it seemed to be a drag race, and you had the momentum, but we saw how far back you were in that final set of turns. Do you think there was any chance the draft would carry you through, or do you think it just came down to the circumstance up front?
Oh, 100% the circumstance. I was not going to win that. I mean, in a good world, yeah, I might have won that, but no.
Either way, you got it done at the end of the day, and you are first to lock yourself in to the Quantum Quest, the playoff bracket for this championship. And do we expect to see you run full-time this season, go for that title, or is this your one and done for the year?
Oh, I'm going all the way.
That is great to hear. We have already locked in our first driver for the Quantum Quest. It's Corey Lyles in the 56 machine, winning at Daytona in spectacular fashion. Thank you for your time, and we hope you have a great season.
Yep, thank you.
And that is your first interview of the season post-race. And your second place finisher is Aiden Walker. Timing and scoring says otherwise, but that is not the case. Aiden Walker put together a great race, but it looks like the drag race at the line is what caught you out. How are you feeling after this one?
Happy. I finally finished a Daytona race in this league for once.
Absolutely got to finish it out. And it was quite the last lap. How did you play it out in your mind?
Honestly, I don't even know what happened. It was interesting, but everyone decided to just go kaboom every lap. It was just the Paintbrush Truck Series at Dega 2.0.
Well, how about that? It looks like you got some reference beforehand and some practice. Did you think that any of that prepared you for that final lap?
No. Honestly, a final lap you can't really get practice for. Happy that Lyles won. Me and him were working together. Accidentally turned TCB into Molina. Oh, that was more of a racing incident. I look back at it. It was just kind of both, so it is what it is.
Absolutely. Now we are going to begin the Quantum Quest this week, and it's going to be Corey Lyles locking himself in. How do you feel your chances are for the championship? Are you going to be running for the title, and will we see you back next week?
I mean, I hope I can run for the title. No, I don't have legend cars in the way, but I still run legend cars, of course. It's just I don't have the Atlanta Thursday Thunder stuff. So I'm happy with P2.
Absolutely. Runner-up spot in tonight's first race of the season. And what a race it was. Drag race there at the end, just come up a little short for the driver to the 93. Aiden Walker, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And there we go. How about that? And how about our final driver on the podium tonight? It's the 07 of Max Molina. How you feeling after that drag race at the end?
Pretty defeated, pretty heartbroken from that one. I knew that towards the end of that race, it was just going to be a matter of like trying to avoid the wreck on the last lap, which is always inevitable with any race in the plate races. And they wrecked right in front of me. I somehow made it through, and I thought it was just going to be me and Walker going to be battling out. Then I saw TCB come up on my left side, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, well, now we're three. Wow, what's going to happen here?" And then right when I saw Walker start slowing down, I knew he was probably going to drop down and help out his 213 similar teammate TCB there, which he did, and I can see he was like indecisive of trying to help me and help him. And then I guess he thought he had to run and try to go in the middle of me and TCB and hook TCB into me, and then lost all my momentum, and that allowed Lyles to get right by us and came home P3. But it was a good race all around. Kept the car clean. Didn't really get involved into, I don't think, any wrecks this race, which is quite the accomplishment for myself. But it's just a product of the racing at these plate tracks. It's always gonna either turn upside down on its head, or it's gonna work out in your favor. And tonight turned upside down for me. It worked in my favor for the most part. Finished P3 at the end of it, so can't complain too much about that. But yeah, it would have been nice to get that win there, and but you'll have to wait for another time.
Absolutely. Now we're going to read the chat before we get back to the interview. Michael Dietz, if you want to interview, just hop in the voice chat, Center YT, Stone Harbor 5958, and Michael Dietz once again chatting. Thank you all for stopping by. If you do want to interview, just let us know and get in the voice chat, and we will be sure to answer that request. Now, Molina, how are you feeling in your chances for the championship? Corey Lyles, as you know, has locked himself in for the Quantum Quest, and it looks like he's going to be the first one to be locked for the playoffs this season. You think he'll be running for the whole season to try to get the championship done?
I'll try and make all the races I can. Just try and make do with what I got. What races I miss and what I don't miss, and just try and get the best finish in the point standings at the end of the day.
Right about that, looking for the point standings and a great points night for Molina. Third in the points right now and looking to back it up for the remainder of the season. Final podium sitter tonight, and we thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for broadcasting and putting up this great show.
Thank you for racing, of course. We love to see the participation in this field. And that is going to conclude our podium procedure for tonight's event. And we will be running through the results in just a moment. And the moment is now. We thank you all for stopping by for the majority of this race. Here are your official results for tonight's event. Lyles is going to be the one who gets it done. Corey Lyles, that is over Aiden Walker by 1/10 of a second. Then there's Max Molina in third, Terrell Baker in fourth, Ethan Stanley in fifth, and Mason Moriarty, the 6th car, is sixth. Steve Wilkerson with the 058 machine in seventh. Alex Anderson, Ethan Marlowe, and Brandon Sheridan round out your top 10. River Page in the 24 gets 11th, Thurston 12th, 2 laps down. We only had 10 drivers on the lead lap tonight, with Morris Marlowe and Alexander Balderas in 14th, 13th, respectively. Heather Cameron in the 17 car got 15th. The driver in the 99 got 17th, while Michael Dietz, sandwiched in between, got 16th. Ethan Sky, 19th. Travis Kroenberg, 20th. And Clark Nance in 21st. Chloe Kersey retired. Landon Gentry retired. And Heath Rutherford retired for 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, respectively. And that concludes your results from this event. Now, what an incredible way to start the season. One driver already locked into the championship hunt and many others making incredible starts. TCB made it into this event. What a surprise cameo, and a lot of guys we hope to see in the future of this series making their debut tonight or making a change in their looks, paint schemes, trucks, manufacturers. It's been a night of change, but a night of incredible change. And we thank you all for stopping by. We will next be live within the coming days. It will be Wednesday with the FRL Cup Series finale. And from there, we'll be getting back to IORA in the swing of things with that series. And we hope that we will see you there once again next week. Thank you all for your time. And we hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. And we hope, once again, that you enjoy the presentation and that we will see you again the next time we are live. Thank you all.